This shit is not letting me be great today. They do not care. Hey y'all, sorry that it got cut off. The thing is plugged up. Everything is fine. But YouTube hates me. They don't like American Negroes. They want you to be super mixed and for the mix and infiltrating, like a lot of these people up here are doing. A lot of people up here infiltrating, and they mad that they're infiltrators, and I'm not one of them, and I'm not interested in being an infiltrator. I get great pleasure out of telling the story of the American Negro from the eyes of my family history. So it's nothing they can do, because it's nothing but truth that I speak about my family history and how we were always and we will always be the chosen, positive, the light of the realm that everyone wants to live their dreams in. You know what I'm saying? Like, in your dreams, if you think you're going to be us. You know what I'm saying? In your dreams. You know what I'm saying? It's never going to happen. You can pretend they're all actors. It don't matter. They can do whatever they need to do. But the fact that they keep cutting me off and not letting me finish and not letting me do what I need to do is weird. I don't even know if the last video even took. Like, I hope that all that talking that I did, even though it's not clear, I hope that it took, because some people probably could follow what I'm trying to say. Period. So I don't know what happened to that last video. I hope the last video plays. I don't know. They just shut me down. The video just said I had an error, and it just shut everything down. And I know I didn't say nothing wrong. It said it was my PC that had an error, and I never seen my PC have an error and did that ever in life. So when you come on YouTube, you're always going to see all these new things you never seen in life happen to you. You're going to have a bunch of people act weird with you because when you say things and they see that, oh, you're not an idiot and you're not naive and I can't take advantage of you, ain't but so many people going to enjoy your company. You know what I'm saying? They like people that they can tear up for, like a lamb chop. Come lamb chop and play along. You know what I'm saying? So you're not a lamb chop and they can't bust that down. It's like, how much company you really going to have? Because people want you to do for them. It's what you can do for them, not what they can ever do for you. You know what I'm saying? You could try to do for somebody and expect something back, but it never really happens. You're never going to get it back. If you're the doer, that's exactly what the fuck you're going to be. Don't ever be the doer, because you're going to always be the doer. You're never going to have somebody pop up and be like, oh, this person is the doer as well. Look, why is it doing that? Like, leave me. Like, I'm not dealing with YouTube today. The West Indian Day parade is tomorrow, and they did not like the fact that I talked about Stacey Abrams and her flat nose, and that she's Ab of Ram. And if you know what a ram is like the depiction of an Aries. And if you know the King of Throne, they said the Mad King was King Aries. Okay, so you just gotta understand that it's just, that King of Thrones, King Aries ain't the real person name. They're just giving you a idea. And then when they give you the King Aries, he's the gray haired guy with the samurai hairstyle. They have that's why features are so important. That hairstyle is a samurai hairstyle. So is this the people that was invading the Jews? The person with the samurai hairstyle? And then you got to see that the Mad King, he was working. Now that you see the Game of Thrones got part 2, the dragon or whatever, this is the beginnings. When you see that person was working with the black person, the guy with dreads. So you see what I'm saying? How the kingdoms were before everybody named Mama started intermixing with Scottish and Irish. We started doing all these treaties. After all these treaties, a lot of people started mixed breeding and having descendants of royalty that was mixed breeds. That's where we're getting all this stuff from, like Spanish and this and that. So like I said, I'm trying to explain George and James. I was trying to explain the difference between George and James. They're all a family royalty, but the main person that we should not be trying to go back to George and what George done, especially George Washington and all the sneaky stuff of the presidencies of the colonization of America. That was them colonizing us, them putting the president. Because why would we want to have a president when we had sovereignty and a king that cared about his people? So why would we want the presidency to take place? And we already know that these people are presidents because they're part Roman. And they cannot become king. They are not able. Romans cannot ever be a king. They can't. They're not of the royal bloodline. That's how we know it's 2 different bloodlines out here. Okay, so I don't know if I'm gonna stay up here because I don't, I'm mad that they just kicked me out, and I don't even know if my last video took. Hey, Isan, I'm glad that you came back. We know you and Callie been on live with. Who? What? Who is that? We know you and Callie been on live with the a snake. I really don't know what that means, Yusan. If you could try to elaborate. Jasmine Townsend. Hey, how you doing, Jasmine? Please stay. Okay, I try to stay, man, but you saw how they just did me. Like, I was like trying to make points, and it's already hard enough to stay focused when you just jump up here. Like, you don't even know where you're gonna go. And then when I'm trying to go, and then they try to distract me, especially when they know that I'm making valid points, they take stuff down like that on purpose. Like, so I just don't feel like hope. Like, what's bothering me is like I hope my last video took, like, that I'm just gonna be continuously thinking like that. Did all that stuff I just did just take, and or did it just disappear? And I can't do it all over again because there's so much information that you got to keep going forward. But thank you for wanting me to stay. I like that. So I am gonna stay for you, Jazz. I'm gonna stay for you, girl. Yeah. So let me just stay for a little bit longer. So the District of Columbia, we all kind of see where the colonialism is coming from. It's coming from Colombia, and Colombia is after Central America. It's like right in Latin, at the beginning of Latin America. So we already know Latin America is corrupt as hell, and we know that Brazil is the place of city of gods. So we already know that these people are false gods and they're trying to god themselves. So y'all gotta understand that when all this took, that's a teaching of Brazil. That's a teaching of the Portuguese. That's a teaching of the Latin people. That's a teaching of the Arabic people. So we all know that. And I've been telling y'all this from day one. But I just like to keep adding on, because it becomes undeniable after a certain point of time that they told history backwards. That was really from here spreading out instead of from there and spreading out. Why would they wait to become king, queens, and build all these beautiful infrastructures, right? Look at all the infrastructures that was in America, in North America. Why would they wait to become so fucking great over here? Now we have kingdoms in England and stuff, but I know it does not predate our stuff over here. You can just tell how it does not. You could tell the stuff in England looks way more newer than the things that's over here, like the White House, all of our buildings. The stuff over there, it don't look as old and weathered. Like, it don't look like it's standing there forever. So you just gotta understand that. Why would they come here and create so much? Why the education over here is way more important than the education over there? If you study abroad, it's fine, but you would rather have your doctorate degree or your educational degree from America. You'll want to come to these prestigious Ivy League colleges if you really want to be into these high-ranking leagues in these. You know what I'm saying? So why wouldn't it be there? Why wouldn't it be over there? Why are y'all so important and the royals are over there? Why bring all of that here? You understand what I'm saying? Because all that here matters. All that over there is, yeah. Do you really want a degree? What degree would you get? What from what college? What's so important over there? You understand what I'm saying? So why, if you're from there, why become so important here? Why did you become so important when you got over here? What was it? The air and the food and the water? That shit made you start thinking better. Like I could understand that. But it just don't make no sense that y'all, Africa and places is still very undeveloped as of today. But you want to make us believe that in North America, y'all was able to establish so many landmark, all of our underground systems. You did all that miraculous shit when you got over here, but you couldn't figure it out over there in Africa and in Latin America. Couldn't figure out the sewage. Couldn't figure out it anywhere else. Didn't feel like it. But when you got here, it was just like, bro, I got a brain for it. I'm about to build a whole La La Land. Like, I'm about to build a whole LA 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 Land. You know what I'm saying? No, they came over here and saw La La Land and went La La crazy, La 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 Vida Loca. They were looking like, oh, look what they got. And then when they asked could they have, niggas probably was like, look what I got. Niggas that I already saw, they said we was bragging. Showing them all our stuff. We probably was doing mad horse tricks. We probably was showing them mad stuff. They said that already. They said we was bragging and showing them all our shit when we was inviting them over to like our kingdoms in the south and things like that. So yeah, they came and took it. They came and snatched that up. They all jumped us for it. You know what I'm saying? So, and because we were mad hype. Like, oh, you see that? I dropped 500 on that shirt. Like, yeah, see this shirt? Yeah, I dropped 500 on it. Ain't no big deal. Like, did I need to know you dropped $500 on your shirt? I just said your shirt was nice. Yo, this is about $500 for this shirt. Not this shirt. I sell this shirt for probably $10 because it didn't even cost $10 to make. But anyway, yeah, that's what Negroes do. Negroes be bragging. So we had a lot going on here. They can't deny what we are. We are. And I didn't find the video about the electrons and the neutrons. So let me find that video of them. What do they call it? Like um, they were trolling me. They come behind me and try to make fun of what I was doing. But they know it's real. They know what I was saying was real about that electron neutron. The people call themselves Jimmy Neutron. Don't Tiana Taylor call herself Jimmy Neutron? Big head, Jimmy Neutron, big ass forehead, big forehead, Jimmy Neutrons. Like, get out of here. Negative. Negativity. It will not be tolerated here. Yeah, man, but these people are from Britain, Britain, all that is the same stuff. Solomon Islands, bro. It's between Aaron and Adam. Aaron is more Jamaican, West, that's dumb. That he had the rod. Aaron and Moses, Joshua, Jesus, all the same person. You gotta remember that they was trying to kill the bastard. They just like Game of Thrones. Remember the kid that took over the throne that was not related and should not have been on the throne? He wanted to kill all the illegitimate kids. So Moses was sent up the stream and living in Egypt or whatever with Aaron. You understand what I'm trying to say? So that's what y'all don't get. Like Moses ain't one of them. He was just raised as one of them because he was trying to. They was trying to prevent him from getting murdered. They were just murdering Negroes, just murdering them. That's what the Christmas Nazareth, the Jesus Nazareth was about. And that why you think Moses was getting sent. Moses and Jesus all at the same time, right? Wouldn't that be the same story? You think it happened more than once? So this is what we're trying to explain to you, that a lot of these stories are overlapping. All these stories are around the same time period. It's no from 500 to this time frame. It's like literally within 100 years. Like all this stuff is all happening within a generation, to the point where we could probably find somebody that's about to die that can remember all him, his father, his grandfather, their generation, their 100-year reign of their 3 generations. They could probably explain what was going on. So the fact that they waited till like the last people of the grandkids is about to die, which is like Elizabeth and all that, her son Charles. They got to understand that all that was in the South. And all that was in America, in North America. And then they took Elizabeth, Charles, George, Sophia, Annie. Remember Michael Jackson's song, Annie, Are You Okay? Do you remember that song? How he was like, yo, you got hit by a smooth criminal. He was like, yo, the something in the shundo with the blood stains on the carpet. Like, Annie, are you okay? Like, he was like, yo, you got hit by a smooth criminal. Annie is a part of the royal family. I think she's like the mother of, I don't know everybody's name. I don't know. I gotta like write a chart down of how everybody's related because they use the names over and over and over, and it's literally talking about the same time frame. They'll sit there and have you in the 1400s, and then that same story they'll talk about civil war. Did you catch that? They'll be talking about the 1400s or the 30s or whatever. They'll be talking about any time frame they feel like, and then out of nowhere they'll be talking about the civil war or the what you call the war, and it's like, bro, all that happened in the late 1800s. What are you talking? Like, how could that be? Just like when I caught them lying about Queen Elizabeth being a. They said that she had a kid in 1500. She had a kid in the 1930s. So we all know they're lying about the time frame, and the time frame is not being lied upon. The time frame is that they live in ancient times, and we don't live in, we're not antiquity. We're not, antiquity came over here and they jaws dropped when they saw we was living like the Flintstones, driving in choo-choo trains and whipping in cars. That's what we was doing over here. We was shooting niggas too. I don't think we ever was fighting with no sword, bro. I think they was fighting in combat, but they wasn't doing there was no swords. Nobody was ever doing no swords fighting. That's imagination. It's imagination. Show us where the swords is at. Where are all those swords? We know where all the guns and all the bombs is. When they showing the dragon blowing all the people, that's them bombing us. That's them bombing us. Don't let them think that's them killing everybody over here. That's them coming over the ice wall. So you gotta remember, where's the ice wall? That's Antarctica. So y'all gotta all understand that Game of Thrones is explaining everything, bro. Watch that shit from season 1 to season 8. And that explains kind of everything if you really think about it. And you got to start paying attention to how they have some people with brown hair and they have some people with red hair, and they represent certain houses for reasons. Because this person is probably from up Scotland or Ireland, and then the other person is more probably from France. And then they have, you know what I'm saying? They're showing you where everybody's from. So anyway, I'm still trying to look for that video. But while I'm looking for the video, if I run into something else, I'm just going to show you guys. Yeah, so you already know that Washington, D.C. is the District of Columbia. So with the George Washington situation, bro, I knew something fishy was up with him, because they said once he chopped down the cherry tree, he became the president. So that was World War II with the Japanese. That was World War II. So I don't know what's going on. World War One was like like the Rapunzel story, where they came to collect on her firstborn. I don't know why they had to sacrifice all our Negroes, the Negro sons, when they enlisted into the war and sent them over there to never return. And the people that did return, they was getting shot down. So we all got the Messiah got sacrificed, and I don't know why they call it Jesus, but at the end of the day, that's because it's in Spanish tone. But in English, it will be the Messiah. It would be in Hebrew, it will be the Messiah, just like his name is Moses. But in English, it will be the king, like it was Maurice, like Prince Maurice of Princess. Or what was his mom? Who was his mother? Who was Prince Maurice's mom? I can't remember, bro. I think his mother was Isabella. No, that's James' daughter. Isabella is King James' daughter, with Joan of Beaufort. I don't know who Joan of Beaufort is. Beaufort, like beautiful, Beaufort. So Isabella Stewart was King James' daughter. So if her last name is Stewart, House of Stewart, and King James is his daughter, that means he was of House of Stewart, right? So our Bible of King James was House of Stewart, right? But you got these famous celebrities like Rod Stewart, Kimberly Stewart, got them white people, they stole, these are thieves. We need to beat the shit out of them. Okay? Everybody in the wastelands can go kick rocks somewhere. Don't deal with those people no more. They're all actors. The bad thing about it is their children going forward are not good actors. So they did not they were never fooling the people before, and they're not fooling us now. They did everything by force and murder with our people before. So they don't know what they're going to do with us going forward, because it's a different time. And the children that is coming forward, they're not as good as actors as the ones before. So it's just a weird time right now, because we're not into idling, and we're not being entertained by the people that's here now, because they're not really that mixed with us no more. They're kind of just them now. And they're not entertaining us like that no more, because they're not mixed with us. It used to be us entertaining and some mixed breeds entertaining, like, it's like a lot of people that was mixed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like House Party. You had the bullies, the House Party. Those are like those are whatever they are. They mixed breeds though. Like, they're both. And the short and stocky a little bit. They're both whatever. And you got people that's mixing it, and it's like it was cool at first, but now it's like y'all overtaking us. So like we're not even entertained by it no more, and y'all not even doing a good job infiltrating us anymore. So y'all gonna have to come up with they are trying to come up with new tactics to continue to keep us in a state of this is not your land. You're not of the special person that everyone knows about. And we are. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody knows about it. And when we try to confront them about it, they get very angry. It upsets them. When we be like, oh, well, I think we are the da-da-da-da, and, y'all, they'll get upset. They can't fight the theory. but it just upsets them because they're probably number 2. They're not number 1. Yeah, that's why you chuck up the deuces. That's why they be like this. It's like saying number 2. We're not number. That's why sometimes when I take my pictures, I be like, I do this or whatever because it means you're number 1. We're not number 2. We're not the second. We're not the second of sons. We're first direct. We're not through the Holy Ghost. We're through first direct. When you talk about the Mormons and all that, they always got to talk about through the Holy Ghost. We don't have to do third party. We're right directly. We're direct descendants. When you first see the Bible, they talk about the 6th day. The 6th day was a creation of humans with an S. Look at the Bible. In the 6th day, it was a creation of humans with an S. So when I tell people, I say, is Adam just one guy? And they say, yes, I walk away from him. I walk away from him. You don't understand that everything is symbolic, then I walk away from you. If you really think Adam is a god and he's not representing a symbolic thing, and what is that symbolic he's representing as a person? Why is he symbolically representing something? And Eve is symbolically representing something. Is that a person or man? No. It's not Adam and Eve and they was just by themselves. It don't happen that way. Nothing grows by itself. Everything on this earth that grows is growing in groves. In grooves. It's not growing in just one. You're not just going to see one tomato in the whole tomato field. No one grape is going to grow on a vine. It's in groves. Humans was created on day 6. Atoms of humans was developing on day 6. So you gotta understand that the people of Adam was here first. You understand what I'm saying? Then when you start getting a little swarthy and stuff, Venezuelan, when you start going towards Venezuela, you're becoming Eve. Eve could be, they show you who Eve is all the time. They show you the rapper Eve. They show you that Chinese woman that's an actor that's Eve. They show you how Eve is. They don't never show you Eve like us. They show you Gabrielle Union as an Eve. What is Gabrielle Union? She's a mixed breed. For sure. I'm not sure exactly what she's mixed with, but look at her features. So they show you she was Eva, right? She wasn't Eve. She was Eva. Because she's a mixed breed. But yeah, they show you who Eve is. So we know who Eve is. So like it starts to get schwaffy. So a lot of these people, then Eve evolves. Eve evolves. Okay? So and then white people admits that they are descendants of primates. They say, well, they'll say we all are primates. No. That's you and your people. Y'all are, if you want to admit to it, go for it. But stop harassing us. You people are sick. Y'all mad. Yes, y'all are. But don't include us. Stop it. That's what they are so upset about. They want to do a lot of talking and make us believe all these fairy tale comic book, District DC comic book shit. Straight out of a comic book. But we ain't no suckers. It's just you gotta pick your battles. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta pick and choose your battles. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like 1,000 million people trying to fight you outside. I mean, are you really gonna fly outside? I mean, people call you pussy, then be like, were you there to help me with that 1,000? I'll just be cool, whatever. As long as I can hear you calling me what you calling me, because I've probably been dead in that crowd. So don't pick your battles. Know that, yeah, why the Negro ain't doing this, why the Negro ain't doing that. Think about the 50 states and think about this whole world. That's why the Negro ain't doing. And then on top of that, Negro ain't going nowhere. Don't think we going somewhere to fight y'all. We never falling for that again. No troops go nowhere. Don't go to Russia. Don't go wherever they tell you to go. That's the last scan they did before to murder all of y'all. So don't enlist in nothing. Don't enlist. They always said the black man ain't got no business be doing in the white man army. Okay, we are Royal Navy. We are Royal Air Force. We don't know army, no armies. So anyway, we are getting scammed. They are putting us in a lot of strategic plays, and I just want people to know that it's a crucial time because they are trying to push us in a way of George Washington, the first president. So you gotta understand wherever they're trying to tell you to go. Do a lot of research on that because they've been directing us all this time the wrong ways. They're never giving us the right way. It's never going to happen. That's why they're cutting me off on YouTube now. Because nobody's never going to tell you shit I'm telling you. Nobody's never going to be 100% against all the shit they tell you to be. Wait, somebody's gonna be like, oh, you gotta be for something. No, you don't. Because everybody that's in place on here is leading you the wrong way or grind. Tell them to grow their hair out. Like, bro, you can't trust these people. I know the features, bro. I ain't slow. Some of these people be trying to hide their features like gypsies because they know what they're doing. They think they slick. And I'm here to shine on me. I'm ready to shine the light from heaven, Lord. Shine on me. Shine on me. Hey, hey. And help me find my way home. Yes, and that we gonna shine that light. We gonna keep shine on me, shine on me. We gonna keep dum 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 dum. Like they know black people crazy as dog shit. I don't care. We bipolar. We is what we is. We a perfect mixture. We Goldilocks. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We not too white. We not too black. We humans, okay? And at the end of the day, all you other aliens, mind you, that you see how alienation, when you spell out alienation, it spells out a lie nation, a lie, like a lie. They all lies. Eve is a lie. Believe in Eve is they all liars. Everything about their names and their statuses say con or lie in it. They are bums, son. Bums. They are bums. Y'all, yo, I don't like to be rude, but I swear, every single body of them are not bums. Majority bums. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's why people are like, do you hear what she's saying about Haitians? You hear what she's saying? Bro, not all. It's going to be probably a handful. So I'm not going to give you that. I can't give you positivity or say nice things about a handful of Haitians. I can't. Most of you Haitians is selling y'all whole asses out and y'all don't care about the prostitution of the children, the sex trafficking. These men are perverted as hell. Majority of them. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. They explain that to you in the Bayou of Eve. They explain that. I'm not talking. I'm explaining it. Like their culture is a certain way. So it's unfortunately, if you're Haitian, don't you understand your culture? If you're Nigerian, don't you understand your culture? What are you denying? What are you over here denying? You believe in God? What are y'all over here denying? Y'all got a whole bunch of stuff going on. And then y'all get upset because you're negative. So get upset. I'm positively telling you about yourself. So if you negatively want to don't accept it, then don't. I expect that. We respect it. Y'all the ones that neglect it. Y'all the ones that's not respecting shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all the ones that want revenge. And y'all, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I don't really get apologetic over explaining the majority of the culture of what they practice. Does that mean that's you? Your mama and them probably, a lot of them people trying to get the fuck out of there. So understand I'm not playing. Maybe you got out of there. You ain't practice what they practice and you're not with what they with. But I'm telling you that they don't care about other people and they will run you right over. They crabs in the barrel. They don't care. So if you sitting there playing with people that don't care and they strategically on your back, people like us, you're gonna continuously harm and ruin what we are trying to gain back. So I have to be blunt about people, their races, their features. I cannot sugarcoat shit because everything is sweet with us. It's nothing sweet with y'all. Y'all motherfuckers is sour, fermented people. Y'all motherfuckers like, y'all people like fermented everything because it's swafty and sweaty back there. So at the end of the day, we try to keep it fresh and fresh air, fresh clean. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta just do what I gotta do unapologetically. So anyway, like I explained with the mermaid, with the mermaid, with Princess Ariel. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's what like the Aries, the King of Triton. That's Aries. Aries Spears. Aaron Spears. That's Aaron, King of Triton. The Trinity. Like the Trinidad, Jamaica. That is Solomon. That's Solomon. Then you got Prince Eric, like Eric Adams, like our mayor Eric Adams. Eric and Ariel had a kid together, right? So the kingdoms united through the child, right? Who's Ariel? I gotta Google it. I don't remember the nigga name. Ariel and Eric. Kid name. Little Mermaid Part 2. Little Mermaid. Oh, see, this is they want to play games too. Zulu. Okay, what's their kid name? Let me see. Oh my god, why is it so hard to find now? Like last time it was so easy to find, and I got it saved in my pictures, but I'm not gonna be able to find it. So I try to Google it now. Now the Google's not working. Ariel, Eric. What the hell, bro? oh, here you go. So they had a daughter, King Triton, which would be Aaron, and then we got Eric Adams, Adam dating Aaron's daughter. He gave the daughter away, right? So mind you, remember I told you Adam and Eve. Eve is a West Indian. So Aaron's daughter would be Eve, which is Ariel, because she's an heir, because she's the king of whatever the Mad King or whatever, like the Aries. So I feel like her name Ariel is for a reason. Like you understand what I'm saying? So anyway, Ariel they had a daughter named Queen. So Ariel's mother and father Athena and Triton. Okay, this ain't what I was looking at before. I don't know what the fuck is it. What is it? Melody? I didn't know they had. Let me see. Okay, so Eric, Eric, which I believe the prince, which is of Adam. So that's why our mayor name is Eric Adams for some reason. Now you see, he's a mixed breed. He's like the Brit. He's like the British people that would be of us and of someone else. Because look at his bull head. So he'd be mix of a West Indian and us. You see what I'm saying? It's the two black people that's arguing. It's up to Aaron, because he's the king of the sea over in Oshishina and all that, and then it's Adam, king of the land, the prince of the kingdom of land. And remember, Ariel wanted to come running the sun, okay? Because so that's there to show you that the sun ain't over there with them, which means they're in Europe or something somewhere, which is where the Oshishina is. New Britain and all that is over there by Europe and Middle Eastern, okay? So they don't have the sun over there like that because they're behind the sun. The sun is more coming towards our axis, which makes us what we are while we're on the axis. Our sun is bursting through that area, and that's where we're getting the greatness. And everything on the outside where it's getting cold, it's getting this, it's getting that, because they're not in the axis atmosphere. Anyway, so that's to show you that Ariel was from the other side, right? She wanted to run in the sun or whatever. So they had two daughters, one named Melody and one named Michelle. Now everybody knows Michelle is French for Michael. Because my father name is Michael and my middle name is Michelle. So anyway, so it's French for Michael, which is a royalty. So we got Melody, but we already know Melody is a Trini. That's a Trini's girl's name. Melody means dark skin, a dark skinned woman. So we got Melody from the king of Triton, the Triton, Aaron, because we know they're West Indian. Trini. You think the king Trini, and then his granddaughter named Melody, and that's a Trini name? They gotta have a brain. The Trini people and the Jamaican people were trying to send us back to Africa. Have a brain. These are the same people from the 12 tribes of Israel, the Sakari people that's up there, the same Melody, Trini French. Okay, so I want y'all to have a brain. So Michelle is kind of a French too, because it's a French name for Michael. But French is like, is it Michelle French or is it Michelle English? So we already know that Eric and Ella is English. So it will be more English descent, and the French will be the French. The swaftiness comes from the mixing of the trend, the trinity of it all, and the Eric Adam of it all. and then everything in the mix of that, which makes it Eric Adams, if that makes any goddamn fucking sense. That's like a Stacey. You ever heard of Stacey Adams, the Gator Shoes? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these guys are some tough guys. They're like mixed breeds, and they come with bull heads, and they're some tough guys. So I'm not taking away from mixed breeds, because, like, at the end of the day, it is what it is. And sometimes you could be of your mother, you could be of your father. So hopefully their father was of the Negro, which is what's the case here. The case here, Eric will be of the Negro, Ariel will be of the mixed breed. Ari and Elle, she's like a mixed Spanish, she's a mix. She's Swafty. So we got Eric, a regular English name, then Ariel, which is like more of a Hebrew, Spanish, more, you get into that monk, West Indian, Jamaican, you see what I'm saying? So we're just dealing with black people here. I try to explain this in cartoons. I try to explain this because the cartoons is giving you white people. They're giving you Scottish red-haired people. And white people are not from Scotland. White people are from Eastern Europe. They are Neanderthals, because they are from monkey, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm not going to get into that evolution of Eve with y'all and why all these white people have Neanderthal in them and stuff like that. So we just make up your imagination, bro, how will that happen to them. So anyway, those people, they already explained that the Norwegian people jumped up on the Yorkshires. The Yorkshires is an extension of York. So you gotta understand that we was shaking hands with Scotland. We was shaking hands with the Yorkshires. And that'd be more West Indian African people. The Yorkshires and all that was more African, black, and then those people came and jumped up on them. And then they made Scotland, they made Ireland, they started pushing everybody. They changed them. That's what like the Last Mohegans and all that stuff that movies are about. But they show you white people. They're showing you white people. But it should not be. It should be brown people, it should be black people, it should be all kind of Negroes, all kind of colored looking Negroes. Shouldn't be no white Scottish. Those white Scottish people that they show you now, don't they look like Carrot Top? Like they all look like Asians mixing them with once people mix with Negroes, you're turning red. You're turning some type of red hair color. You're turning some type of red something when you're mixing with the Negroes. Okay, like we're going to give you some type of red stamp. It's going to be a red stamp on your ass. That's when you see they mixed breeding. What's that guy named? Carrot Top, right? Carrot Top. Okay, let's look at this guy. This will be like a Scottish person. They'll say, oh, this person is like a Scottish person, right? But if you take a good look at this guy's features, you can clearly see he's Asiatic, bro. He's Asiatic. He just mixed with Negro. He just mixed with Negro. Look at all that hair. Look at his hair volume. Look at the volume of his hair. The volume of his hair is like that because he's intermixing with either African or some type of Negro man. So the Asian is mixing in with Negro. So these new Norwegian people coming from Eastern Europe, are they white Caucasian people or are they Asians becoming Bohemians, becoming Scottish people, then becoming white people when they get over here? Like they just moving on up. They moved on up with George and Louisiana. But the thing is, we're not letting George infiltrate us. We're not gonna let George infiltrate us. George, we're gonna have to really research George and make sure George is not infiltrating us. Now, is the real King George infiltrating us? I don't know. But they're not trying to take us back to King George. They're trying to take us to General George Washington. Because George Washington, if he is the King George, he'd be the descendant of King James. And we should be coming back to King James. Like Ghost, like James St. Patrick. You understand what I'm saying? And like I said, Ghost was speaking Spanish, but he wasn't Spanish. Okay? And they said Ghost had a brother. We never met Ghost's brother. Like, you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, at the end of the day, it's just like with Aaron and Adam. Aaron got his own staff. Adam got his own staff. Now, mind you, you got to remember, who did the covenant with Aaron? Who did the covenant with Aaron? Who did the peace treaty? Who did the jubilee with Aaron? George, not James. James didn't do no treaty with Aaron in the rod of Aaron with the West Indies and the Trinities. George did. Because George is of Washington, and he's not British Columbia, but he's in Washington, and that's right above. So, is he just American? I don't know. Is he mixed? Possibly. Washington coming up over on our side to James' side, and they saying they were lovers at some point. it speaks volumes. It speaks volumes that because the person that was in control. Let's talk about George Washington, right? Because King James and George is. I'm thinking this is all the same time frame. They're playing a game of layers with us. They're layering time frames in different time zones. But just because you're in by Dubai right now, that means we're on different time zones. But I'm doing this and you doing that. You might be doing that on August. You might be doing that September 5th because Dubai is 24 hours ahead of us, right? So you got to think I'm just doing hours and days. But these people could be on different calendars. So the different calendars is having you in BC 200. But like I said, they're ancient. But they're living their ancient layer time during the same time zone as we're living a elevated life. We're living an elevated. We're in an elevated time frame. So we don't got nothing to do with the dark and how much of electricity they had. Oh, and they was working with what they had. We have an abundance of electricity here. When you go over to the other side, to the overseas with your appliances might not work in their sockets because their electricity watts are different. They on a different kind of electricity watt. It ain't as strong. It's not going to give you, they're not having what we have. So when they're in ancient times, you think we was in ancient time? No. Different time zones. What they was doing ain't got nothing to do with what we was doing. And y'all got to start realizing what somebody's doing in Dubai right now, a day ahead of me, ain't got nothing to do with my time frame right now. I don't care if you're a day ahead of me in Dubai. I'm in New York, and I'm doing what I'm doing over here. You know what I'm saying? So when they talk about Africa, to my day in the ancient time, what the fuck they got to do with America and what time we was in? They wasn't even Jehovah witnessing us yet. And that's where the brass ever comes in at, and they don't know shit about it. Because they weren't over here. But they know people was here. They wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for us. We're the beginning. And it don't got nothing to do with ancient. We just the beginning. It got nothing to do with ancient. It's like, yo, they just don't have. So they like, if you was over back there right now, you'll be sitting there doing stuff more old style because of the upgrading there. There's no upgrade. What the hell could you do? You still living like a Flintstone? That's on you. It's not Flintstone time. For you it is, but not for us. We Jetsons. We was already in escalators. We was already having airplanes. Them dragons and all that. That was bombs. That was bombs being thrown out of airplanes. That's not a real dragon. They call Chinese people and stuff called dragons like. Let me show you what Chinese people think dragons are. It's like animals that's called dragons, like dragon. Here you go, dragon. Wait a second. Okay, here goes a bearded dragon. This is a bearded dragon. Right here, bearded dragon. So I'm telling you, don't let these people exaggerate the dragon. Don't let them exaggerate the dragon. They deal with sea monsters. They deal with Godzilla. That's the gator. That's because they like to live in the marsh areas. They live in marsh areas because it belongs to them. It belongs to Solomon. It belongs to Aaron. Okay, so every time things get flooded, they got islands, just like in Georgia. Georgia has Jekyll Island. It has all these islands over there. So that's why George is probably over there and ruling. When he probably came here, he probably was the one that came to Virginia and put in the Virginia Code for the jump and killed all those 300 people when they first got to Jamestown. So you got to understand, we don't know exactly the motives of George as of yet. He is being developed because it could be a George that was related, because we know that we are all related. The two kingdoms are united. The kingdom of Wales. We got William, we got Charles, we got all these people. We know that we are all royalty mainly here, but then we have the other people that becomes Hebrew names. Their names are more like Rachel and Aaron, and that means like a Jamaican, West Indian descent. And we know that they're in the Bible as well. So no one is taken away from y'all. We just know that that people like our own family, like a Game of Thrones. Your own family would take you out to be on the throne. So that's all that was really going on. Now let me show you an example of what I mean by your own family would take you out to be on the throne. And that they all know what we're talking about, and this is all facts, right? Let me show you a video from Shaka Zulu. Shaka Zulu did a clip. He did a clip explaining about the Jesus, right? But peep game of what they say about, look what they say about Jesus in Shaka Zulu. Peep game. Watch this shit. Right? And then, so the Articles of the Union, it comes from Queen Anne. So the Articles of the Union comes from Queen Anne. So that you can understand, like, why Michael Jackson was probably saying, hey, you got hit by a smooth criminal. So, like, Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? And he was like, you fight in a shindo. A shindo means, like, Asians is coming to fight you and blood stains on the carpet. So, Asians came and invaded. They say the Romans already came to invade. So, this is African Asiatic people. This is not white Asians. Is Asians even white? Asians are not even white. Chinese people are white. Asians could turn colors. Asians could come in West. Asians be looking West Indian. They be looking East Indian. You ever saw an Asian? They just start talking West Indian. You be looking like, what the fuck? But because they Asian, they're not Chinese. They're Asians. You understand what I'm saying? So that could be a black person. That Asians are black people. Like they're mixed breed. So anyway, they're of the Aboriginal family. They're descendants of that. So anyway, so they say George was the husband of Anne, right? But we know that George Washington, whatever, was Martha. And in Atlanta, the name was Martha before it became Atlanta. So we got to understand something is changing with the Atlantic situation in Georgia. It's different people coming in. So we all know that George and them was from. Yeah, I can't really explain it. So I'm gonna have to get a chart. Because it's like mad different people names, and the names start to repeat itself. And when the names start to repeat itself, it's because they're in the same time zone that they're trying to stretch something out that's not true. Let me see this video. I'm trying to find a damn video of your Shaka Zulu. Oh, I think it's in this. Let me see. Okay, here it is. Now, watch Shaka Zulu. So they say the great Zulu warrior Shaka. So you see how people be having a name like Shakima or something or Shasha. That's y'all people here. Okay, no shade, no shade or nothing. I'm just explaining something to y'all. Okay, so warrior Shaka Zulu rejects being brainwashed with Christ, right? So Christ might be brainwashing, but I already explained to y'all Jesus wasn't. I showed you the statues from that traveling channel of Ace Live, where his French Haitian descent did not want to talk about Mary and Joseph. Well, Jose and Maria, but they didn't want to talk about Mary and Joseph, which would be Jesus' parents, right? They wanted to talk about Christ, which is all the way in Latin America. So Christ could be brainwashing, but Jesus should not be confusing. Okay, Jesus is being in the know, of who's your king, who's your real king, right? So here we go, right? Pay attention to what they say.
Who was he? Okay. Georgie. Oh no, that's not.
Peep that. He said, "Oh no, no, y'all. George and I'm gonna be mad." That nigga said, "Oh no, that's not George. George is a mixed breed." He talking about the pure breed, the descendant of George. That James is over George. This is Jesus we talking about. This is King. This is the one that they was trying to murder. Because you know why? When he pop out, Shaka Zulu could take a step somewhere. Okay? This is what happens to Aaron, though, when Eric is around. When Adam is around, Aaron could go ahead somewhere to the sea. See what I'm saying? So he like, who that? Georgie? Shaka Zulu is okay with Georgie. He okay with George. He said, oh, no, that's not George. That's Jesus. But anyway, let me show y'all this, bro. Let me show y'all this. Peep this.
Who was he? Okay.
Now pay attention to the picture of what he got in that book. That's an old book. That person that's on that thing, he's not on a cross. He's not on the cross. He's on a tree. That man didn't have no hair. He had a haircut. They showed a photo so fast I had to take a video of it so I could slow it down. But I can't show you the video because I don't know what the fuck the video is. I took a video of it so I could slow it down and you can see that picture of that. Let me see if I can find it. I took a picture of that person that's in that book that they're talking about of Jesus. Let me see. Let me try to get the picture. Yeah, he said, "Who is that, Georgie? No, ain't your freaking cousin George. Ain't your infiltrating half-breed cousin George, bro." Let me see. Yeah, I gotta understand that the American Negro is their own people, bro. Their own people, bro. American Negro, the American Negro, the American Negro, the American Negro, American Negro. It ain't that difficult, bro. It ain't that difficult. We is not the same. We is not one and the same, my nigga. American Negro. Yes. Yes, we are different. We are different. We did all of this, brother. We fabulous. Yeah, so let me finish this. I can't find a picture, bro. Hopefully I can slow the picture down here.
King of Kings.
That is the King of Kings.
That's Christ.
That's Christ. That's Jesus, basically.
Was Christ greater than George?
Look, he shook his head. Saw that?
He's greater than George.
Bah!
He's greater
Greater.
than Shaka.
Shaka sick. King of Kings, bitch. Greater than George. Everybody knows it. They know it. They changed the story on us.
He's dead. Hanging from me.
Now, peep the picture. Can you see the picture? I got it on a good. I got it on. You see his hair? This man, he said he's on. Look, is he on a cross? Where's the cross at? His arms is open for God. Yo. They're gonna explain that shit too, bro. They're gonna explain in this video that this nigga arms was open for God and told when they was trying to kill that nigga, they said this nigga ain't have no weapons, he ain't have nothing. He said he here with the word of God. And Shaka said, who will make a nigga like that your king? He like, yo, something about that nigga. Didn't need no weapons. That nigga said I'm the son of God. He had his arms open on that tree when they was killing him. This nigga don't got no hair. He had a haircut. He's on a tree with his arms open. He's never was on a cross. He was never on a cross. Pay attention. Look at the photo. Very good. Pay attention to the photo, brother. Before we go any further, look at the photo of that book. This man is on a tree. There's no cross here. That's his arms open. This is a tree they have him on. They plaited his arms open. He has no long hair. He has a haircut. Okay? This is not George. This is not Shaka. This is Alvin. This is him. This is he. This is not L. This is not L DeBarge. This is not this is him. This is the Negro. So let them finish telling y'all. Let them, because y'all like when other people tell y'all shit. Y'all don't want to listen to little me.
Was Christ greater than George? He's greater than George. He's greater than Shaka. He's dead, hanging from a tree near weeping old women.
Weeping old woman, his mother.
Worthy of a king.
The mothers is crying when they killed the firstborns.
How did he come to die? He was betrayed
Betrayed.
by those that he loved the most. Yes.
Yes, right? Now, boom. I don't want to keep stopping this shit, but didn't I just tell y'all King James got killed by who? He was assassinated by who? Who was betrayed him? Remember, Negroes, the Moore houses in Georgia. Put it together. Put it together. Yeah. Don't play with me. Don't ever play with me. Yeah, I got whatever you said I got. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Cause I'll destroy you. Okay? With the truth, honey. I'm cool with people. I'm cool with mixed breeds and all that. But don't play with me. Don't ever talk about me. Don't ever say nothing out your mouth about me. Ever. Ever. Look at your background. Look where your name is at. Yeah. Shots. Yeah, I'm throwing shots. Don't ever talk about me like that. You see your background? Talk about. You know? I always knew. I'm just cool with mixed breeds. I don't got no problems with y'all. So you know what the fuck? Anyway, let them keep telling you what's going on here. Because I'll let people steer y'all the wrong way if y'all want. Because as long as it's leading to Negroes on top of Negroes, I really don't even care. It don't have to go to the American Negro of James or say of Spanish, Alchapieni, whatever. It don't have to go to specifically us, even though it's ours. And we are the ones that get torn up and we're my mama and them in the fields. Okay? Not because they come into the country for opportunity, because this is theirs. And they was doing, they was teaching y'all how to do it. Okay, so that's where it comes from. It don't have to go back to us. It could go with all of you people that put a part into it, which was Palestinians, which was West Indians. You know what I'm saying? Fine. But Chinese and Asians and all that, like, come on the railroads, maybe. Can we confirm that? Can we confirm that? They worked on the railroads? They were the engineers? The engineers today are the Nigerians and the Haitians. The engineers of today is still African people. So are you sure that the Asians is working on the railroads? They're just giving it to the African people are giving it to them. The African people are the ones distributing our shit out. I'm gonna show you how. Look, Shaka tells you. He took over. He said that nigga had to die so he could take over.
From a tree near weeping old women. It's not worthy of a king. No, it's not. How did he come to die? He was betrayed by those that he loved the most. Yes. It is a mistake to love, especially for a king. Why are you ever silent? Are you afraid?
Now you gotta understand that this woman here.
It is a mistake to love.
He's not.
Especially for a.
Look what woman he has there. She'll be one of the swarthy people coming from like the islands. She'll be one of the swarthy people that they go and they sell out. They put them over there to be the concubines of these African men. She'll be like a Swahili girl.
Why are you ever silent?
They put them in there with them.
Are you afraid? Do you bow down before this dead King Christ? No. Christ is not like.
Hello.
You down before this.
You see that? Ain't his God. So he ain't scared of him, but it's not his God.
King Christ. No. Christ is not my king. Ah. You have doubts that Christ is the king of all kings. Yes, Jose, I have my doubts.
He has his doubts.
So you two belong to different tribes. Yes. And King
Now
Jesus came.
you see, the one white one he's short, fat, grayish kind of hair. The other one, brown hair, taller, leaner, different tribes.
Your tribe.
So he's gonna ask him what tribe is Jesus
Jose,
from.
I have my doubts. So you two belong to different tribes. Yes. And King Jesus came from your tribe. Not from my tribe. From his tribe.
Hello. Did you catch that? Did you understand that? Did you understand that? Before we go any, why is it not poison? Do you understand that? He says, so he come from your tribe? Like, is he a descendant of white people? Like, what is he? Oh, he come from his tribe. He got his own. It's his shit. It's his people. Did y'all catch that? So we are not of George. We are of James, of Christ, which is Jesus, which is James, which is Jacob, which is, I showed y'all, it's something, I can't show y'all everything. Y'all can try to research it yourselves and catch shit. I wish I be erasing stuff, so even if I try to find things, I erase things because it's so much stuff. It's like, that's why history is so hard, because it's like thousands of pictures of trying to explain something quickly. But they explain to you that these names could mean the same name. So Jacob, James, and Jacob of Jack. He's king. You see how so now, who's Esau? I ain't gonna play with y'all no more. Y'all know, everybody knows. The thing is, it's like I'm trying to explain something. I feel like everybody knows except Negroes. So sometimes I'm just here for Negroes. Because in the show, The Game of Thrones, they say when the night dead people, when the night king comes, his whole purpose is for the royal family to destroy the royal family and for them to forget who they ever were. They say that in season 8 before they fight the Night King. The royal family, Jon Snow, all of them come up, and you already know that Jon Snow is saying he's going to reveal that he was the original son of, which I think they're going to say with Joseph Smith, but I'm not going to get to that point yet. But at the end of the day, with Jon Snow, he's playing the role of John Joseph Smith of the Mormon, you know what I'm saying, of the person that's supposed to be the great revealer of who Jesus Christ was. So at the end of the day, Jon Snow finds out he was the direct descendant of the Mad King in the Starks, in the House of Starks. So anyway, I don't know exactly what all that would mean, to tell you the truth, because they're using different names and they're not telling you exactly what it is. So you gotta do algebra. You gotta do algebra with it, where if they give you A and you see 2, you gotta place 2 and A, like that. That's what they're doing with these shows. Like sometimes you gotta replace things with the variables that they're using. They're using variables. It's not the accurate people. It's not. They're using an A instead of the number to do a math problem. So instead of using the number, they're using a variable. And you got to just know what the variable is. That's what algebra is all about. So anyway, it's making the scales even. Whatever you do on this side, you got to do on that side. Everything got to equal to the same. So, and that's why they start the Bible off with sharing is caring. I don't know if we were sharing with y'all guys or not. We probably weren't. We probably giving y'all enough that we thought was enough, and it probably wasn't enough. And I can understand that, because when Negroes think something is theirs, I don't think they're going to give you half of what's theirs, which would probably have been the right thing to do. But they put us there because if y'all were there, we wouldn't probably get nothing. And I hope that don't go over your heads. God, we are naturally selected to be where we're at, where all the resources is. Because unfortunately, if it was reversed and you motherfuckers you negative Jimmy Neutrons was in the area that where everything is, we probably would be dead. Y'all would not share a fucking thing with us. You would bust us upside the head and say, no. Negroes is willing to share. We probably don't want to give you all our shit, but we want to share. Because we want to share with you because we want to come brag. We want to brag. We can't brag by ourselves. Come through. Let it come through. And I'll give you some shit so I can talk about some things for a while. And you could say stuff too. You could brag all you want, but I bet you ain't better than my shit. But anyway, like, and that's why they don't like us. But anyway, let's keep it moving. Let me show you finish what Shaka done did to us. He has his own tribe. And you saw Shaka was mad? You saw Shaka was mad? They want us to be mixed breed so bad. So Shaka and this white nigga comes up with the idea to make us mixed breeds. They know good and well that nigga on the tree ain't no African European. They just admitted it right fucking here. That Jesus is his own, that Messiah on that tree, he's his own tribe. And he's the King of Kings. And they don't really believe it because they don't believe in their God. They don't believe in God. So who cares about the Son of God? Because guess what? I don't believe in God. And it's because they all what they is. Why believe in something that ain't really for you? It's not, like when you know something's for somebody, I wouldn't even dick ride that. I'd be looking like, forget that. And that's what's happening to us. It's like, but it's not so with us because they know that we're in a dream, we're in a delusion, we're in a faded world right now, we're in a foggy state. So they're not so worried about us, but now they're a little bit shaky. Because then we're not going to, they want us to go to George. They think we're just stupid. They think we're going to let our own infiltrating Negroes keep infiltrating us. And I'm telling you, don't let these infiltrating Negroes stop infiltrating us. And they happen no more. And I'm smacking niggas that's coming my way. I'm smacking bitches coming my way. Stay out my square. Stay out my square, L7. Like, it ain't happening. Don't come over here. Because I'm not letting none of these people play with me no more. Like, let's see. Let's keep going. Tired of laughing with them.
Jesus came from your tribe.
Yeah, but we half them, half that. Yeah, go away. Look at him. He tight. He's sick. Look, this is what they look at us for.
The ways of you wise. Those warriors near the tree with equals.
That nigga Shaka look at shock, right?
The ways of you wise.
I don't know what he said right there.
Those warriors near the tree with equals. Were they part of his regiments?
No, I have no regiments. Only 12 men, unarmed.
Yet to call him King of Kings.
12 men, that's the disciples.
Greater than Shaka.
Yeah,
greater than Shaka.
Nobody sleeps.
Okay, 1 second, because I didn't really see the comments like that. Mississippi Soldier 369. The fact that you're saying who George is and I don't know what you're talking about, and your captation name is Mississippi, scares me. That scares me. It makes me feel like you infiltrating people are actually using our states to you're gonna use our state to infiltrate with your name. Like, I mean, you could be a descendant of a black person. I don't know what you are. But if you don't know who George is and you don't have no idea what we're talking about, then I don't know how much of a Negro or what you know about your history of being a Negro in America is. Because everybody knows about Shaka Zulu, the history that they're saying we're Africans and we're coming from these Zulu people and that we're brought here on slip shit. Like, what are you missing? The whole point about George, you never heard of George Washington before? Like, you understand what I'm saying? What do you mean? Who is George? George, the name George represents a lot. The name James represents a lot. So I can't say George is one person because technically George is like 5 different people in history. And it's all probably leading to the same guy. Which is the same person like Juarez or Jorge because that's George's Spanish. So y'all all worshiping the same motherfucking people. It's all being written, the same story, the same royal, beautiful story is being told in different languages, but it don't change the people. The language may change, but the English people from America that they're talking about will stay the same. So this is what we're trying to correct here. So if you don't know what we're talking about, then maybe you're not of Negro descent, and you definitely probably don't have no history about being in America as a Negro. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody should understand what we over here arguing about. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, how would you not know that with the name Mississippi? Like, Mississippi is where it all went down. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's like at the edge of where they was trying to influence. Like we already had to do peace treaties with the French. We already was doing peace treaties with the whoever was caught up in San Francisco. And I already showed y'all from day one all those graves. The graves didn't predate 1850. So none of it makes sense if it's about other races because we already know when they come. And then when they talk about other people before that, we know we only talking about black people. We're not talking about other races yet. But they won't explain that to you about the Bible. They won't explain to you about the Bible that they ain't even talking about white people yet. Peter and all of them is of those African people got the name Sarah Peter. That when you see that African woman feeding white babies, 9 times 10, because she probably had a baby with an Asian man, and that's her white kid. Like literally, these white people got African grandparents, because they after they had that white baby, they continue to breed the white people. So I don't understand what you're not understanding. Like so anyway, just it just creeped me out that your name is Mississippi, and if you are of Negro, I'm not trying to be harsh with you. It just is confusing that you have Mississippi as the name, but then you talk about what we talking about, bro. You are what we Mississippi is what we're talking about. Mississippi is what we're talking about. Everybody from it, them Negroes from Mississippi, them Negro. You see how they doing us now in Mississippi? With the show with on Stars with the gay guy and how he was trying to show his whole upbringing about that club was a club from his family. That's a family. That's a black family heritage club that he would say. Even though they're showing he's gay now, whatever was going on with him. But when they show you the history of his mother, his grandmother, that was their establishment. So if Mississippi is so much slaves, these people were so much slaves, like why is the history of them having establishments, businesses, restaurants, like how would that occur for slaves? So it's a lot of lying going on in our history. We are of a special kind of, look how they're talking about us in Shaka Zulu. You see how all of them keep having that face like, and the white people like, and Shaka Zulu like, do you understand that Mississippi Soldier 369? Do you get what the clip I'm showing you of the white person explaining what that man on the tree is? But yet they tell you Jesus Christ is a man with long hair on a cross. How did the story change? This is the old movie. A lot of old movies are banned. A lot of old movies are not allowed to be watched, and they don't talk about it. Because they talk a lot about what was really going on, and then they realize, oh, we done did a lot of shit here. We can't even show y'all the movies like that because y'all might catch on. So let's not get too detailed, and let's start putting imaginary people, making it more Disney, making it more cartoon. They don't do important PBS movies like that no more. Like the Roots. Roots is about a whole family. He's supposed to have tracked back from Africa. Come to find out, he was never the Bailey family. The Bailey family is more West Indian and African. You understand what I'm saying? So I hope that if you are a Negro, just watch my channel, please. I know I'm all over the place and I'm not the best teacher. That's why I do lectures. I talk a lot of shit. And one day I am going to have people call in, but I'm not doing it on this laptop. And unfortunately, I'm not moving fast enough to get to upgrade to a PC. But hopefully I'll do call-ins and help out if you do want me to help you out or try to point you in a direction of somebody that might teach way better than me, because I do not have a doctorate degree. And I think people that call in may help me teach better than what I'm trying to do. All I'm trying to do is say, hey, I'm a descendant of, and I'm giving you my oral history, because oral history is way more important than what they are giving you in these books, than what you're buying online, and what all these books are deterring. That some of these books are just woof. And they'll give you something and then they'll steer you the wrong way. So don't let them give you something that you believe in just for them to grab your attention and then start giving you shit you shouldn't believe in. Because that's what a lot of these things do. A lot of these things grab your attention with some shit that you know is true, and then they start mixing it up where you start getting confused, because it's all about chaos. It's all about confusing chaos. Keep them busy, keep them stressed, keep them this, keep them that, so they cannot watch Shaka Zulu in his white man face talking about the dude of his tribe, and that they don't want us to focus on that. They don't want us to have no time for it. It does not benefit them. It causes issues for them. Because it's all over here, and they don't like how we brag, and they probably didn't like how we distribute shit. And I'm pretty sure we were pretty fair. We're fair people. But they're not fair people. They're not fair people. So that's why God probably put us in place origin here. Because if we weren't from here, we'd probably be starved out and dead. We have to get fed. We have to get taken care of because we're from here and they can't stop us from origin from here. We can't stop Chinese from origin from China. We can't stop Spanish people from Latin people from origin from out of here. You can't stop Negroes from origin out of America. It's no different from anybody else in their cultures and where y'all from. Same stuff for us. We're just trying to take it back. They tell you in the Game of Thrones in season 8 that when the Night Kings came to fight and do what they was doing, it was for a whole sole purpose to take over what we have and make us forget who we were so we could never worry about ruling again. And this all happened recently. So they're telling you time frames and they're layering time frames where it's one time frame, but it's all happened simultaneously, but they're putting it on different calendar time frames, but it's still happening on the same day, in the same time frame. Yeah, so let me finish the video, and hopefully everybody could call in one day and we could all get an understanding. Because some people, I'm not saying I'm 100% right about a lot of stuff, but what I'm trying to explain, I'm right about. What I'm trying to explain to y'all is that's what I'm right about. So anyway, he was unarmed.
Yet you call him king.
He ain't had no gun, no nothing, no
Were they
sword.
part of his regiments?
No, we have no regiments. Only 12 men, unarmed.
Yet you call him king of kings, greater than Shaka. Why?
Nobody lives. They're moving.
Look at his lips. They're
He's
moving.
saying, forgive them, Baba, for they know not what they do.
Giving him scripture.
How can anyone expect to rule in such a foolish strategy?
What?
Many are of the same opinion.
People love him.
What does my brother George think?
His brother!
George, his people, his country, people all over the world, they worship that king
Hello.
as the divine sovereign sent by the ancestors to bring peace.
Boom. Boom.
But, Cozy, I know very well that King Jesus had great power.
He knows very well.
Well, whether my friend Zacharias or you know it or not, Christ is the Lord of the whites. He's the Lord of the Zulus.
What?
He's the Lord of all men.
Stop it. He's the Lord of the whites. He's the Lord of the Zulu. He's the Lord of all men. Do you understand that, Mississippi Soldier 369? You learning? I'm not telling it. You learning? You learning? Yeah. Who's Shaka Zulu's brother? So you telling me that George Washington living in Washington, right next door to the Zulus, the Solomon, the African West, so you tell me they're brothers, right by British Columbia, and then George comes over to James, Jesus, James, King David, y'all gotta understand that King David and all that is over here, or what is that, Utah. But you gotta understand the Federal Reserve banks. It goes in a triangle. It goes from Maine, from our area, from North America, from north to the south, and it triangles to Texas, Utah, and it goes like this. So it's a triangle. I can show you this on the map, but that's our Federal Reserve. That's where all the banks are, in that triangle. It's not in Washington, Oregon, this and that. It's only in that region. Our banks, our gold, our money, our reserves. So when you think of Jesus, King James, George, and Jesus is ruling all of this and going down. Jesus is ruling all of this and going down, and then going from here and up is going towards the Bering Strait. So and then they're uniting the kingdoms when it comes to Aaron and Adam. Okay, which is kind of like a Shaka Zulu in Jesus Christ. They're trying to unite them But something happened to Jesus. He got murdered, he got snaked, he got, you know what I'm saying? And then here goes Shaka and George still in the game. Okay? Because Shaka and George is brothers. And George and James is not probably directly related. They probably related somewhere down the line where George is the middleman. George is the middleman. That's why George, like Stacy act like, that's why they'll be having bull heads sometimes or things like that when it goes towards the west. They're like on the borderlines. You understand what I'm saying? And I know it don't make it, just like Eric Adams. Eric Adams is not the real Adam, but he will be of the breed of the George Washington that took over when Great Britain became when they took over. You see what I'm trying to say? Like the mixed breeds, and their hair is still not that good. But anyway, that's beside the point. Let's finish the little video. Now look at the voodoo doll. Y'all telling us we related to these people? You better go somewhere. You ain't related to these people, bro. These people are evil, bro. They be sitting here playing with bones, skull and bones. These motherfuckers play with skull and bones more than any white fraternity would ever play with. A white fraternity would have nothing on these people playing with skull and bones and dust and ashes. Okay?
Of the heavens.
He's the son of God.
You derive your powers from him. He is power.
He is power, nigga.
The Christ of your heart is stronger than all the regiments.
Yo, Shaka not accepting it.
If Christ is power, why did he not save himself?
He came back, bro. And he coming back again, bro.
Christ had to die so that the heavens would pass their power onto me.
Boom!
The youth they've given me
Stolen birthright.
is proof that I've inherited that power.
He can't inherit it.
Heavens belong to Zulu,
Wow.
and Shaka is their son.
Wow.
If the swallows wish to be my friends, they must remember that.
Wow.
In this land, there is only one Kosiyama Kosi. Only one King of Kings.
Here you go. And that's the beginning of the Europod, the Negroid, and the Mongolian. That's the beginning. Here you go. That's the beginning of, y'all, there's no such thing as a nigga. They clearly showed you right here, these motherfuckers had a whole discussion about a Negro. They know, he telling you, this nigga wasn't accepting it. They looking at him like, he ain't getting it. This nigga is power. This nigga is heaven. This nigga is the direction. This nigga, Shaka, jealous. He has to die for me to be the... You see what I've been trying to explain to y'all? Where's the Haitians at? Where's the Nigerians at? Where y'all at now? I'll wait. Where y'all at? Y'all like, oh, you hear what she's saying? You heard what he said? You know that Haitians are Nigerian. Zulu, the people in Miami, that's Ace and them. They all related. Ace looks like a West Indian and Zulu because they was taking the swarthy people from Central America, whatever, to Africa to be concubines and whatever. You saw that lady, she was looking all stupid there. She's from like probably over there from Brazil or what you call it, one of them islands over from America, and they were snatching them people up and taking them over there. So, clearly, it's clear, right? That was clear. That was very clear. I was sitting here for a whole year and a half, and I wish I found this clip a long time ago. So I couldn't have had to worry about explaining all this shit, because they say everything right there. They don't even sugarcoat the shit. They literally said everything directly. Flat out. He's his own tribe. He's the king of kings. He's the king of me. He's the king of you. He's the king of everybody. This nigga's power and powerful with no weapons. He just used his words. Just the same thing like Adam. Adam was using his words and everything was growing, everything was beautiful. Before y'all came, it was a beautiful time. And this is what I'm trying to explain. I might want to go home for a while so we could experience how beautiful it is just with us. Like how nice and positive and great. Now, I ain't saying we ain't going to scrap and fight, but we don't get vicious. This guy is vicious. Like, he's like, oh, well, he had to die. And now I'm the son of the heavens. No, you're not. No, you're not. But yet, we all know what happened now, right? We all know who's in control, right? Does it look like the African man is scared of the white man? Or is the white man taking orders from the African man? And is the white man the white man? He's not even white. He's French, European descent. He's not English. He's European, France. They're not speaking no much English over there. So I don't know how much else to explain, but that is fucking easy as 1, 2, 3. We don't gotta argue with y'all no more. We know what it is. It's obvious. King James, Jesus, Jacob, King, House of David, Utah, everything. Us. Jamestown, Company of Jamestown, Elvis moving in that estate. And that estate said Virginia Grant Company. It wasn't Elvis, it was Virginia Grant Company estate. They just putting people in place acting like that he bought that estate. And you saw the movie Elvis? That wasn't his music. Black Negroes from the South was making that man's music. He was acting like he was raised in the church, Elvis. Elvis acted like he was raised in the church. Church Southern men was making Elvis music. Elvis is king of what? Remember who married Elvis' daughter? Michael Jackson married Elvis' daughter. That property ain't his. Like y'all don't get how they. It's like Michael Jackson tried to help Elvis Presley's daughter or something like that because she said she never slept with him. So what, you helping her keep the property, the estate? Because the estate was never Elvis's. It said right there in the movie, it belonged to the Virginia Grant Company. And my grandmother, my great-grandmother, my mother's mother. My mother's mother name is Elizabeth. And my mother's name is Mary. And Mary married a man named Grant. And her name is Mary Grant. And I know she had ownership of that plantation that they were on. As soon as Big Mama died, they kicked my mother's family out immediately. Her older children were not there, but her younger children were probably 17, 16, young. She had a lot of children. And, back in them days, because Southern people had so many children, a lot of their older children went on. And, the younger children, like a lot of the younger children probably don't know the older children like that. Like my mother said she didn't know all her aunts and uncles because there's so many of them. So the older children will go on sometimes and move in other states and go on. But the point is that it's not a coincidence that my whole family has, down to Lorraine, down to Michael, down to Alvin, down to every single name. Not one name isn't royal in my family. We got Michael, Morgan, Reed, this, that. All these are royal names. That can't be a coincidence. That can't be a coincidence. I'm like, my whole family on both sides got royal names. Even down to my mother's father, Philip. Like, how your name is Philip and her name is Elizabeth, and that's the king and queen name. And your mama's mama name is a queen name. And your daddy's name is Henry, is a king name. And Lily is a queen name. So how is your whole family names going down to your children? You naming us royal names. How does that happen? How we all got royal names, not one name not royal. And our whole family on both sides. So that's why I try to explain stuff. It was like obvious from day one. I never admitted that I was anything but Native American. I didn't care what the fuck a Native American was. I just knew if that was the people that was here, that's who we were. Now we know we're not Native Americans. I'm not saying we're Native American. I don't know what the name classifying us would be proper. So I always just say origin and Negroes, because I know we're Negroes. We grow here. So we're Negroes and I know we origin here. So I don't care what labels y'all use, because the tribes that y'all using like Niji and this and that, it's not going to get you no money. It's not going to get you no land. That's not the name of the landlords. The name of the landlords is not Niji. The name of the landlords is not it's going to be Elizabeth. It's going to be Ann. It's going to be the Stewarts. And I saw somebody up here. Her name is Latoya Stewart. Okay. I hope you got something. If not, do your research. Okay? Latoya Stewart, do your research. If you're the house of Stewart, your last name is your house. Your last name is your house. So when somebody hears your last name, they know exactly who the fuck you are. We just don't get it. We just don't get it. But those other people, when they hear our last names, they know exactly what we are, who we are. And they'll say, oh, you got the white man name. And they know white man name ain't Michael or Michelle. It is more Stacy, Peter, Barry, Harry, this, that. And that's more African, West Indian names taking those white names on. And is that really of the white man or is that of the African? There's a lot of games being played. How's it going down? It's on to the zone, and I gotta know now. Is you with me or what? I'm sorry. Yeah, but anyway, and look at DMX, and his sister was Roxanne or whatever. I didn't know that was his sister. Like, these people are sneaky getting in the game. Everybody's going. Look at the girl Glorilla, the girl that just came out. Like, bro, everybody talking about her body, talking about how she looked like. Bro, these are hermaphrodites. Y'all all. We are invaded by the hermaphrodites. We got that girl. We got this hermaphrodite right here. Look at all the hermaphrodites. We got the girl with blue face. She's a hermaphrodite. They showing mad old videos of her, and those old videos are her doing those videos now. That's when she put her Bluetooth in and she started doing them videos in them classes. Talking about she young. You don't even look like the young girls in those videos. You look older than them. They beating y'all in the head just like them high school movies. Them high school movies, them people be 20 something. They don't be no high school. The high schoolers look like babies. They don't look grown. They got that girl Krishan saying she in high school here, she's 16 here. She look grown. She look just as old as she is right now. And was she ever a female? Was she ever born a female? I don't believe so. No way in hell y'all letting all these hermaphrodites come up here and think I'm stupid. I don't got no problems with no dice. Dice got problems with me. I done fought like a couple dice in life. I fought like 3 different dice and I don't even know why. And I think they think I'm trying to steal their girl or something. Like I ain't no thespian. I ain't no lesbian or thespian. Like what the fuck? I don't know why dice like to fight me. But I don't got no problems with y'all. But I try to stay away from them because they don't like me. They think that I be trying to steal their girls on the low or something like that. Like cause girls be liking me and I be looking like, bro, I'm not a thespian. So I don't know, maybe dice just don't like me because it's not a good thing for me to be around. I don't know. But anyway, I don't got no issues with y'all though. But y'all got all the y'all got, and it's not even like they dykes. They're boys playing dykes. So they're beating. Like I don't have no problems with people that's gay or this. We're not talking about people that like whatever they like. We're talking about weird ass pedophile creepazoids that is born this way. We're talking about creepazoids. I'm not talking about a gay person that feel like they was born gay and they like, no, I'm talking about creepazoids that is forcing babies to be, these people are indoctrinating people. They are going out their way. They're going above and beyond out their way doing weird shit. And they're using y'all love for people or whatever as a scapegoat to be like, oh, don't worry about gays and this and that. No, we're not worried. We know who not to worry about. We know what the LBGQ community is about. That's a whole different version of, oh, some girl wants to eat some box. I don't care if some girl want to eat some box or a dude want to be gay. That's y'all business if y'all grown and all that. But when you sitting there being creepy with kids and trying to direct them, or y'all sitting there trying to make the whole industry gay, and you're trying to make the whole industry pretend they're female when they really was born boys, and you're playing games making us like men like Brad Pitt and he might have been born a woman, or like women like Megan Fox and she might have been born a man. That's a problem. You people are weird. Y'all make us sick. Like that's the issue. Y'all the issue. It's the whole community and the headboards of it. Not the people that's falling in the categories getting used as the scapegoats. Like, oh, they just love people. Let them love. Who cares? Okay? We're talking about when I was in a train station and a white man had a little boy. He had like some type of cowboy heels on, tight pants, and his butt was kind of fat. And he was walking with the little boy in the train station acting super weird with him, bro. And the little boy looked weird. I wanted to stop them so bad. You know what I'm saying? Just ask the little boy, is you with this guy like in the family, or is he about to sex traffic you and take you to a hotel? Like it was obvious. I wasn't the only one staring, so we know what we know. And we know what we don't like. 2 grown men holding hands in the train station will not have bothered me. It was that grown man with that little boy running with him with that book bag. I was like, what the fuck? And it was me and somebody else that was there, and we peeked it, and I was like, if I know I'm not the only one that had that look, something ain't right. And I wish he wasn't running so fast with that little boy. He was dragging him, flying through the train station. He didn't want nobody. He probably would have stopped already throughout the day. Because he was acting so weird and paranoid. But anyway, that's the problem. The problem is this: it's like a cult of weird people that are born that way. They have no intentions on being straight. They got no intentions on showing women any love. They got no intentions on they got a mean streak and they can't keep their little fetal thing in their pants, and they'll put it in a baby's mouth. They'll put it in, and I'm being very out there with saying kids now, because now it's coming out with Aaron Spears and Tiffany Haddish. Please do not watch the video. If you watch the video, I hope FBI come bang down your door. We don't want to promote. Even if you want to see what's happening, know that even if you're watching something you don't like, you just promoted it. And you're promoting child pornography. So we don't want to watch it at all. We don't want to promote it at all. We don't have nothing to do with it at all. Okay? I have a big issue with people bothering children. So don't think that I'm doing it because we don't have no kids. It's for a different reason. Don't worry about why. I don't play with people that play with kids. Like, I will murder you if I had a chance, I will. I'm going to ride out for a kid because they have no reason to be touched like that. I don't even care if the kid like it. Some of these people are weird and would say a kid like it. This is what philosophy is telling people like that over there. They're telling them that kids like this and that. I learned this in school. Okay? Philosophy is telling them that kids like shit like that and things like, you know what I'm saying? So these people are crazy. Right? And it's no saving them. That's death. That's automatic death, bro. Sorry for your luck, man. You're not going to get out of that. All right? It's no playing with kids, bro. But anyway, not sexually. So anyway, there's no reason for them to ever be in that kind of situation with an adult. Anyway, as you can see, Netflix came out with something called Devil in Ohio. I'm pretty sure that's going to be very telling. I haven't watched it yet, but it's going to be very telling. As I was talking about with the girl Glorilla, you can tell she's of West Indian descent. They always put the light-skinned ones up there. But look at her whole West Indian crew. They always try to put an infiltrator up there where you can't really tell what they are, but they usually be children of. That's why they're on. They only letting their people on. They took over the entertainment business. So anyway, a lot of people are talking about her looks. They're like, oh, look at how like they all have this like way with their waist and the ratio to their torso and their waist, just like Krishan. Just like the other girl. Look at the other girl too. They all got it. They all got like the waist. It's like a boy shape. It's shaped like a boy. So it's like, come on, y'all gotta start putting two and two together. These are not girls. No way. Look at her. She's in school, but look at the little girls in the back. The little girls in the back are really 16. She's not 16. The girls that's dancing in the back are 16. She's not 16. She just made these videos. Y'all letting these people make videos right now and they act like it was from the past. They did that shit with Megan Thee Stallion. You know how many pictures they showed of Megan Thee Stallion with her hair? Like, and it's like, bro, it look like she just took those pictures. Like, they be showing old pictures of them looking grown still. They be still looking like grown women. It's like, bro, they're not showing them when they too young, because and if they do, they show you fake photos. The photos don't never look real. Like, anyway, y'all falling for these things. They doing the same tactics where it's obvious. And a lot of the thing why they getting away with it is because a lot of you people are a part of this shit, bro. Y'all all West Indian, Caribbean, and all that, and y'all just think it's funny. Y'all think y'all enjoying this shit. Like, let me find the other girl, the other one, the other dyke, well, not dyke, the other hermaphrodite, where's the other one at? Okay, here's the other one. Same shape, same kind of shape, like where they look like little boys. Like, come on, this is somebody on hormones. This is a boy on hormones, in my opinion. Okay? There's no reason for these people to even be on, bro. There's no reason for these people to even be winning. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know. Am I still up here? Okay, it's still lit. Okay, I'm just making sure I'm still up here. It's been an hour or so. So I might just get out of here because I feel like I proved my point. And let me just show y'all I never got to show you the video when they was trolling me about the neutrons. Just to show you that what I say is not a lie. Moses and Joshua and Jesus and Jacob, and no matter how many names they use it for this man, it's the same Negro. He is the king. He is the one. That's what they all try to explain to y'all. And Shaka just don't want to accept it. But he's definitely not in. I don't know what's wrong with the African, but he's the problem. It's nobody else. He is the majority of the problem. And a lot of West Indians is descendants of Africans in us. So y'all don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? And then Spanish people got the Asian, the Chinese bit with all the rest of the Swazi. So they just think they just dancing. They just pumping and dancing. They don't care about. They got enough food. They don't care about the extra food. They like they plant. They like what they have over there. They dancing. They don't care. So they not gonna help us. They never was gonna help us. Anyway, because we got way more stuff to fight over than them. So they probably was like, come over here, bite me right here, so I can get some curly hair. My hair could get curlier. Bite me, China. But anyway, we don't want them to bite us. We got a lot to fight for. We not playing with these people. They trying to extinct us. And it's obvious why they're trying to extinct us. And look at them. Look at the game they tried to play with us by pushing us to George. And what did we just hear about George? George is Shaka Zulu's brother. No wonder he was right there on Washington. Right there on the cuts. Yeah. And then, come on, what you expect? So this is what they do. I told you they wasn't putting it back in our hands. I told you that. I said, son, it sounds like they putting it back in the same African nigga hands that sold us. The Moors. The Mormons. The Joseph Smith people. Like, you know, the French European mixed breed with us and Europe. You know. Sound like they put us back in their hands. They sold our asses already. We don't want to go back in their hands. Like, so anyway, there we go. They murdered King. They murdered our king. He's never come. His own family uncle did it. So there we go. That's what the Lion King is about, right? Mustafa. Who's Mustafa? Who he sound like? Yeah, I really don't got much else to talk about, bro. There's a lot of infiltrating going on. I wish I could talk about everything, but I just don't have enough time. I've been up here for 3 hours, and I feel like I didn't even get nowhere near what I wanted to get to. I feel like I didn't get nowhere near there. And they said, God said, just, they said, God, so there's just one rule. Before that nigga finished the rule, that bitch was already she was already eating the apple. Now, mind you, this is one of us. She probably a mixed Spanish black person or whatever, but this is one of us. We be out there, bro. They fuck us up. And this is why we don't know nothing. We out of there because, like, this is what they did to us to make us forget. Like, our parents and all them, they under a spell. You know what I'm saying? So, there you go. You know, they under a spell. There's nothing we can do. They flooded us with the Colombian drugs, and they figured out a way for us to do it. They know we don't sniff, so they made it into a smoke, and there she blows. Niggas love the smoke. Niggas love the chief. Niggas chief like Indians. They know, they study us. They study us because they want to beat us. We don't study them. We could care less about why we want to study them. Why we want to study them. Why do we give a fuck about studying them? Look what we do here. Look what we do here. What do we give a fuck about studying them for? Ain't happening. Look at the little boy, King. That boy King in a bathtub. That's why he got arrested. And he in a bathtub. When this little boy was doing all that talking, it looked like he sucked so much. It looked like he sucked so much in his life. He got the biggest overbite in his life. I never seen the little boy with a mouth so big. Why you think he king and why you think he's in the bathtub? Why you think he's about to be on? He's willing to go there. He's willing to go there. And look at T.I. T.I. probably like, yo, I didn't even know my son was nasty like that. He really going in. Like, you gotta be weird to get to a... So, King is ready to be all in. This is not the right kingship. The kingship that took over is the Homo. The Homer, the Homer Simpsons, the simpletons, the British. They took over. So, you gotta understand that when you trying to satisfy their God, their king, and take their money, you gotta play their faggot game. Don't think for 1 second that I believe you ain't one. If you in if you in, and not just at the top. I'm talking about street level people too. I'll be looking at the street level people, and I'll be like, yo, I think some of y'all butts is buddy. Like some people be having that Harmony Joy butt smell. Like, bro, I don't know. I don't know about nobody that be on. I don't know about nobody that's getting on in the streets. I don't know about nobody that be getting on. I know for a fact about a lot of things that I don't talk about. So trust me or don't. I don't care. But anyway, I just like to talk shit and prove. What I do is prove the truth about my lineage. I don't play about that. But everything else, talking about celebrities and stuff, I don't give a fuck about warning you about them. I care about talking about how they majority of them, I'm pretty sure, sucked something or took something or gave something up to a man on top of, man on man, brotherhood. I'm pretty sure that happened. I can't prove those things, but you don't gotta prove nothing that you know if you know the rules. If you know the rules. Okay? There's rules to it. Just like they just showed you. God was trying to tell Eve the number one rule, and she was already eating the apple. It's rules. It's rules to the world of Cain and Canaan, because he's the one that took over. It's not his birthright. He said that he inherited it because we died. We no longer exist. So once we come back alive again, y'all think real Jesus is coming back alive, or do you think the bloodline of the Messiah, of the Adam, of the Negro is coming back? We now know who we are. We're back. We're back. Do y'all get that? It's always going to be Michael Jackson, the man in the mirror. It's always going to start with you. You're going to bring yourself back from the dead. When you bring yourself back from the dead and you become alive again, you're going to kill Shaka Zulu's heritage to the God. You're going to kill his status of being God's son. His false God and his false status is going to stop once the reveal has occurred. Now, I think the reveal is going to be coming from George, from like an Eric Adams, like a George type. Because as you could clearly see, they want us to go to the mixed breed. But we should be going to the direct pure breed, which is James, which is the American Negro. It shouldn't be the bullhead mixed breed. It should be the wavy-haired brother. You know what I'm saying? We should come back alive and stop letting everybody take our top number one spot, because they all number 2, number 3, they all are down here. Who even cares what happens after number 3, right? Like, but they got our number one spot. None of these people are number one but us. So anyway, when we come back alive, it will take back the birthright from the stolen birthright. As you can see, it literally was stolen. They literally told you this nigga had to die for me now. I took it. It's mine. The Zulu. He just took it. So we see the white man answers to the African, which I showed you that Queen Elizabeth was bowing down. So you know Queen Elizabeth ain't the real queen. The Shaka, the Zulus, gave our royalty to them. They were the accomplice. They were the accomplices, and you saw how scary they don't care. They getting ruled by black people no matter what. They just here. They are electrons. They just gotta jump onto a charge. They got to jump onto a neutron or they got to jump onto a proton. And they jumping with the neutrons because the neutrons is vicious. Them nigga, you saw that lady with the half dread with no hair on her head talking about why Jesus ain't saved himself, trying to come at us sloppy. Bro, he ain't had no weapons. Nigga, he fights. We get it popping. Y'all use weapons. Y'all people fight dirty. Black people like to fight with their hands because you can't beat me. So why would I even be thinking about a weapon? You can't even beat me. I got my hands. So you understand what I'm saying? They said he was using his mouth and everything, his hands, this and that. So we clearly see what's going on. It doesn't have to be a debate no more, right? I know y'all think it's still some type of debate, but how? How would it still be some type of debate? Watch these old movies. Watch Gone with the Wind. Watch Little House on the Prairie. Little House on the Prairie is talking about Mary and Elizabeth, the twin lakes, which is actually people they're talking about. And that's the separate with the Chicago and all that. So anyway, you gotta understand those things. It's symbolic. Everything they do is symbolic because it's like that symbolic thing is giving a story. They don't have time to give you the story. So they give you the symbol. The symbol is very easy if you know the story. But if you don't know the story, you're just looking at an apple like an apple. You're just looking at a cherry like an actual fruit from the tree. You're looking at this as you know what I'm saying? You're not using your algebra and you're not changing the variables out to what it actually is, so you can make it make sense and do your problem. But anyway, I think I'm done here for today. I hope you guys stuck with me as long as y'all could. I know I'm a little bit annoying with my teaching. And, you know, even though I could be annoying, at the end of the day, I'm going to make it make sense. I'm not going to leave you out there like Mississippi Soldier 369. I'm not going to leave you out there, okay? I want you to understand what I'm trying to make you understand, that I understand just by being alive, okay? Yeah, so the West Indians they ready. They got their own sneaker now. They said that they got the West Indian Air Forces, right? But I find that funny because we all know that the Air Force was ours. The Air Force and the Tuskegee Hugman was us. That's all us, bro. Royal Navy, Royal Air Force. That's all Negroes. You see what I'm saying? So here go the West Indians with the Air Force Ones. Like, bro, that's Air Force Ones is St. Louis. It's Negroes. That's us. So, you know, but this is what they do. So here we are. That now they have Air Forces. Now West Indians is on the Air Force Ones. You see what they're doing to us? So is Shaka Zulu letting the West Indians become us? Like, is that what he's trying to do? Like, oh, somebody got to beat them. So let's act like they're the West Indians. Like, it's not, none of that shit is working. None of the stuff they're doing is working. American Negro is his own tribe. It's his own tribe. Did you see Shaka Zulu's face when they told him that? And then you see the white man look at him like, yes. Like, get through your black ass nappy head. Yes. The white man was looking at him like, and Shaka Zulu was like, he was upset. White people looking at him curious joy. Like, what are you doing? Like, are you sure, bro? You know what you're doing? And then we got to find out the role that George is playing middleman. We got to figure out that whole George James acting like they together gay. We got to figure out what's going on here. Right? Anyway, that will be my next video. I'm going to come back and try to make sense of James and George relationship. That's what my next video will be about. Hope to see you guys there. I'm going to try to see if I can find this video one more fucking again before I go. Where the guy was talking about, I don't know why I can't find it. That's sad. You know what? I can go to his page and look at it, the video from there. And you got to understand that the Addams family, when they talk about the Addams family, and you thinking about those Italians and stuff, but those Addams family really was, the Addams family really was the monsters. Okay? Remember who Frankenstein is. Remember how they made Frankenstein. They're telling y'all shit. So the Addams family used to be the monsters. Now they over here dressed in suits and shit in a nice house. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta understand what's going on. Anyway, I wish I could find this video. I really want to talk about everybody. I have so much in my phones. Like y'all can see, look, they said this is from 1888. 1888. Look what all we had. We had everything was still here. This is exactly what everything looks like today, bro. That's exactly what everything looks like today. That's probably like the Williamsburg Bridge. So you could tell King William was from America, New York or whatever. That's the Williamsburg Bridge. We got the George Washington. We got the Thomas Jefferson. We got all that here. This stuff was up. This stuff was been built. All the stuff was here. So you see why they be mad at us? Like it's no going around it. It's no going around why they mad, bro. And they all scammers, bro. They all scammers. Don't deal with none of these people, bro. They all scheming. All scheming scammers. And the only thing that's moving is us. And we make the world go round. We the positive core, the connection that's even making this whole shit circulate. And that's a fact. by radiation. I got a clip that explains the radiation of us and how all of this works. That's gonna be my next video too. I want to continue the natural selection theory of how the world revolves and the axis that we're on. I want to explain that, but that's a long explanation. So I think I'm gonna just make the whole video about that, and as much as I could to make that make sense. Yeah. So yeah, these people be scamming. They don't got no monkey pox. This is the game they're playing with us to keep us dumb and just not knowing what's going on. They don't want us to know what the fuck. Like, they just playing these weird games. They keep showing this weird guy right here. And call me crazy, I think these guys are really born women. Remember, they do invert shit in Hollywood. If you're on a platform, like a big platform, not no regular bum people like Natalie Nunn or people doing these little shows. I'm talking about if you on a big platform that to a point, I don't even think you're going to see them people in person like that, because they're probably androids or some type of chipped up human being. They're probably inverts as well, because that's the only game they play at the top, okay? They only deal with the weirdos. They only deal with the nerds, the outcasters. They don't deal with no one else. They don't like the cool profiling. You know how you ever saw Rap Battle when that nigga was like, "You mad cause I'm stabbing on you." Straight profiling on you. And when I come and then that nigga punched him in his face and that nigga hat fell off because he couldn't handle what he was saying. That made him hit that dude. Why you mad? Cause homeboy rapping doing his thing that he slowed it down out of nowhere. He was like, da da da. He was like, man, you mad cause I'm styling on you. Straight profiling on you. Get act up. That nigga's like, act up is something. That nigga punched him right in his face. He was so mad that nigga said that part. Like, oh, you styling on me and you profiling on me? Sheesh. He couldn't handle it. They don't handle that well. Oh, you the kings of kings. See the kings of kings. See that nigga. Shaka was like, he was shocked. He was into a shock. That nigga was in electric shock, like. And then you saw that little nasty thing in the corner that was like, oh, why he ain't come back then? Bye. What is that? What was that in the corner? Like, why he ain't even come back then? He did, bitch. Bye. Like, what the hell? They be mad, bro. Just know they mad. They're negative. Everything they said was coming from a negative standpoint. Nothing they said was positive. Right before the American Negro was dying on a tree, he had nothing but positive fucking words coming out of his mouth. Telling God, please forgive these niggas because they for not know what they're doing. They don't know no better. Heathens. And they can't even if they could. They're not capable. They're not capable. They can't. Anyway, that's where that whole thing, like, times of the chain, like, I think I can. You can't. You can't. Even if you wanted to, you couldn't. That's their problem. Even if you wanted to, you couldn't. That's your problem. That's the problem. So anyway, still ain't find that video, bro. The video was keeping me up here. So if you want me to leave, let me find a video. If you don't want me to leave, don't let me find the video. Let me just find. I want you to see this video because I like it when they copy off me. I like to take record of it. I like to keep record on video of them of stealing every little thing, like trolling behind me, whatever. Now they'll show you this. Oh, I hate when this shit goes out like that. Just lost it. So they'll show you these kids, right? Okay, they'll show you these kids, right? And say this is from 1936. 1936. Now, they're saying this is going during the time of the Great Depression. No. I showed you pictures of my family around these same time frames when they all dressing in fine clothes. These people they were poor. They came here poor slave workers. There was no Great Depression going on. They give you these sad stories about these people because they look like this in the pictures. But they don't want to let you know that they don't come from royalty. They don't come from nothing. They don't show you the pictures of the black people because when you show pictures of the black people, they look like they're doing way better than these people. They look like dress better. These people look like they get hand-me-downs and they get a little bit of stuff. When I show you the Negroes even before this time, the Negroes before that was living they were more established. And these people were just tallying along on us. Because mind you see the white people was coming to tell Zulu Shaka about the Negro. Because they are there as well with us. They are there to experience us as well. They are well aware of us. He said, I know. He told him, I know for a fact, bro. So anyway, you see the little white kids look very homeless and very homely. They always look homely. They'll show you this and pretend that it was something happening when that's just what their history is. They're just homely. You know, they was getting hand-me-downs. We was helping them. So they don't want to explain that to y'all because they're supposed to be the warriors, right? That Shaka Zulu gave them. That's why you see Queen Elizabeth go in front of the African dude. He gave them those positions, those names. Like, you can have that because that nigga ain't going to need it. I'm the king. See how that work? If they the king, why they letting Shaka Zulu be king? So anyway, so yeah, those kids they eating potatoes, and you know that's what they was eating. Like eating a lot of potatoes because they was in Nova Scotia. They was in Nova Scotia, eating our potatoes up. Yeah, so I really don't want to continue on with this because like you can see, this is from 1877. So you seeing them kids looking all homeless, but yet you see all this grand, beautiful things going on. It don't add up because it's not their shit. They were never grand and great. And the people that are grand and great, they try to explain that to you in that video with Shaka Zulu. So let me see if I can find this video. I'm still looking for it, you guys. But yeah, that you see how T.I. little son, he trying to get on. They act like they sent him to jail, but that's really code for getting put on and being, I feel like, turned out. I feel like when they send these people to jail, they get turned out. They go through like a whole year, probably like 8-10 dudes jumping on them. You heard Young Pharaoh, they gang banging. They gang banging. They not taking it one at a time. Why do you think Meek Mill's acting so weird when he came from jail like that? Bobby Shmurda, they probably didn't even imagine all the penises that probably came flying their way. And they come back weird as fuck and now they know you're in. You're never going to tell how much sperm flew on top of your head. So you're in now. We could trust you. And they probably don't even want it no more. But guess what? Ain't no turning back now. So yeah, enjoy your status, bro. Enjoy your security clearance in the world. Enjoy it. Yeah, and if they wanna black boy you, they'll black boy your ass. So you just asking for trouble with these people. But anyway, let me see if I can find this fucking video. Let me go to Instagram. Maybe that will help me out. I'm so mad I can't find what I was looking for. I don't even know who this person's name is. That's not gonna help me either. Let's see if this person posted it or something. Maybe that'll help me. Yeah, because I don't know the person's name to search them. Yep, and I could talk about a bunch of people in the industry and stuff like that, but I don't be doing that because I'm not here to talk about people. But no, I would not deal with these people if you're not into all that that trafficking and drugs and this and that, because there's no extra money to be made in the world unless you're dealing with some type of body selling stuff, body part selling, prostitution selling, whether it's children, I don't know. It's no extra money to be made unless you're doing one of those avenues where you're doing some type of dark, seedy shit. Okay? There's nothing else to do but work or do some dark, seedy shit. Whether you're laying on your back, whether you're robbing somebody, whether you're doing this, I don't give a fuck what dark, seedy, you're selling drugs, you're pimping, you're this, you're that. I don't care what you're doing. You're selling church hope and making up lies in church. You're doing something. You're acting like you're the government helping us, but you're really allocating all our funds out to the immigrants that you serve, that you're related to. They're all grimy. They're all doing demon work. We're not in good graces of no one. So just be aware what settings we in. They're not even trying to take us back to the good people. They're trying to send us back to Shaka Zulu on the low. Shaka Zulu is trying to take us to Georgie. He wants us to go to his brother Georgie because he know we're not going to deal with the African, but we'll deal with the mixed breed Hebrew Georgie with the bald head looking like us. You know, the mixed breed of Stacey Adams and all that. You know what I'm saying? The Stacey Adams, the mix, the Stacey at the white, the African American, the Judas. Okay, so that's what we're dealing with there. Oh, I'm mad I can't find this fucking video. And I can't find the person page either. Like, boo. I don't know how to find people pages on here. Let me see. Following. Followers? Following? I think. I ain't never gonna find it like this. I don't know. Oh, well, I don't have patience at all. I'm sorry. I have little to no patience. I don't even know what the beginning of this person's name is, bro. Okay, that's not gonna work. I don't care. Let me see if I can find a video then. See, this is why I don't look for stuff no more, because it's like stupid that I can't find nothing. Let me see the video. Oh, here we go. Yay! Okay, so they did this 3 days. Okay, so they did this 3 days after my last live when I was talking about natural selection and electrons, neutrons, and protons, and who was who and what the functions of them do. So then this guy's like you know how they put people up acting like they were regular people, and then somehow they became professional comedians on Instagram, and now they got so much money, and they quit their real jobs, and they're comedians, but for some reason they all look African. It never fails. They're all Africans. All Africans could quit their job and become comedians on Instagram because it's a job for you there. These people always become successful for some reason. Let a regular person that ain't connected do this shit. You're just going to be on the unemployment list doing regular ass videos on your Instagram for your regular friends. But these people become famous. So anyway, they put this guy to troll me. Now check this out, right? He says, you're talking anatomy college. You're taking an astronomy college course, right? So astronomy is me trying to explain to you our natural selection, the protons, electrons, and the neutrons, and the radiation of the sun, the atmosphere, the astrology of it all, right? So why did he troll me? Watch this.
Very good. All right, let's go for another rapid fire. All radioactivity is man-made. Go. True or false? Trues. Got a couple falses. False. All right. Why is it false? Because of the sun. Correct. So, our star, because our sun is a star, correct? Our star, in part with other stars, has its own cosmic radiation that interacts with the Earth's atmosphere. And saying that, our Earth also has its own natural radiation.
Hello.
So that comes from the soil, water, what else? Plants. Right. It's vegetation that it grows. So the Earth also has its own little natural radiation that it has. All right, good. Let's go on to another one. Electrons are smaller than atoms. True or false? Go.
Yo, I just was talking about this. When was this?
Okay. Now I don't know if y'all understood anything he said, but he basically said the radiation electric atmosphere does it only comes look.
All radioactivity is man-made. Go.
It's all radioactive. It's all radioactive activity. Man-made. Is the man the only person that's making radio waves, making us be able to be on a computer, on the phone? Is it man-made? Is men doing that? They're saying no. What else carries the radio wave? They said the sun, the soil. Who grows out the soil, the soul, the plant. We already know that we're the soil, the soul, and we're the plantation of the earth. Like, we already understand that that's what we are. So he's trying to explain to you that it's not man-made, that the actual people or the plant, the soil, and obviously it's going to be the Negroes too, because we're not going to be plants. We're not going to be plants and soil-based people without having the same radioactive powers naturally, by natural nature. So this is what he was trying to explain. That it's not just man-made, it's actual natural nature. They're not just creating electricity.
All right, let's go for another rapid fire. All radioactivity is man-made. Go, true or false? Couple trues. Got a couple falses. False. All right. Why is it false? Because of the sun. Correct. So, our star, because our sun is a star, correct? Our star, in part with other stars, has its own cosmic radiation that interacts with the Earth's atmosphere. And saying that our Earth also has its own.
Did you get that? We have our own.
Also, saying that our Earth also has its own natural radiation.
Earth. Now you know what Earth is, right? Do you know the people of Earth? Like this, y'all. I know you're not catching it, but what I was trying to explain, this is exactly what he's talking about.
Our star, in part with other stars, has its own cosmic radiation that interacts with the Earth's atmosphere. And saying
so we're interacting with the sun and the stars. We're naturally interacting with them.
And saying that our Earth also has its own natural radiation. So that comes from.
Now remember about the radiation I was talking to y'all about when with the golden arch, with the arches, that with the positive and the negatives, making that arch to the polar caps, is keeping the harm of the sun the too harsh of the sun radiations out of the atmosphere. I don't want to explain this right now, but I believe that we might need to break down that arch in our atmosphere so we can get the real radiation of the sun, because we can handle it. They can't. They'll die, but we'll gain back our immortality because we feed off of the sun. We eat off of the sun. We'll live to like probably 500 years if we take the arch force field from off of Earth, so the sun could really radiate through, and we work with it. The other people don't work with it. Now I explained to you how the core is molten silver, and I explained to you who came over here was molten the silver in the coal mines to make that core. So I'm not gonna get into all that shit right now about the hydraulics that's inside the platforms and all that shit. I'm not gonna explain that to y'all right now. But trust and believe, they can move mountains if they want. All right. And I'm gonna leave, and they can flood. They can bring flood to wherever they want to flood. They can open a dam at any moment and flood Dallas. They can open a dam at any moment and flood because they want you to evacuate. They want you to get the fuck out. I don't know how y'all don't understand that stuff. But anyway, they making you move. You thinking it's natural nature, but they learned how to take over. Science learns how to play it. Science learns how to overshadow nature. And we're trying to get the real world, the people that own this world understands that this is harmful. And they're trying to go back to agriculture of what shit used to be, because they know everything that they're doing is super harmful and it's not helping the actual atmosphere. That's probably why everything's acting up right now, and they're trying to fall back a little bit. Because they know that what they're doing is very strategic, and they know what they're doing. They know how to do things, and they're causing a lot of problems by doing the stuff that they know that they're like causing these floods, knowing that they're doing it on purpose and shit like that. So anyway, they have 100% control because they know how to use. They already understand how this whole world and everybody in it works, and then they started dumbing everybody down. That didn't matter. Okay, so anyway, that's all I really wanted to show. I got so much other stuff I wanted to talk about. Like, it just goes on and on and on about these hermaphrodites and all this other stuff. Like, they all a part of it. It seems mad obvious now. And look, just like this. Look at this. They trying to say this is a real person. They saying this is like some sickly kid. This is some sickly kid, bro. That the father had him on live. Some Arab person, bro. I don't believe that's a real kid. But this is the kind of games they'll play. They'll call your phone all day trying to get your information. And they'll sit there and put a baby like that, acting like that baby dying. What the hell kind of baby was that? And if that was a real baby, that's crazy. But if that, I don't believe that's a real baby. But they really got that baby hooked up on machines. That was on live. That was on a live. So I was just like, what the fuck is this? And why are y'all even having creations like this? Why are y'all creations coming out mermaids, coming out with a bunch of shit? If you're not from Earth and stuff, like, and that's why it's called alienation. And when you think of alienation, it spells out a lie nation. Look, the how it spells out. Look what it's doing. And I showed you the dragons, right? The dragons is these little geckos. They just exaggerate. They're liars and they're exaggerators and they're pranksters. They're pranksters. What's it called? I forgot what I was looking up. Oh man, that's that marijuana, bro. Anyway, I forgot what I was looking up. So, yeah, these people. Oh yeah, an alien nation. Okay. Okay. So when you look up alienation, right? So alien, or if you look up alien, it says a lie nation. A lie nation. Alienation is a lie, or look, it could be a lean nation. These people basically got a lean. They got a lean on our nation. Do they not have a lean on us? Have you ever had a lean or garnishment done to you? If they got a lean on you or some shit like that, they just go in your bank account, just go in your shit and take your shit. So an alien nation, they are lying. They're a lying ass nation. They have a lien on our nation. And an alien means a resident that was born elsewhere and is not a citizen of the country in where he lives. A being that comes from somewhere else other than the planet Earth. Now the other day, it was like some Jamaican guy. He was Jamaican. He said that he was from something and he used Jupiter. He was like something, and like we're from like Jupiter. So I was like, see, now I know what Jupiter is. Because I've been trying to find all the planets on the map. The map of planets is here. Listen to me. Listen to me. You're not going outside the sky. When you go through that sky, you're not going into another layer of something. You hit the dome. You're not leaving out this shit that way. You can leave out of this shit going down, probably digging down, but you're not leaving out through that sky. You can only fertilize things. You can only fertilize things when you have a wet marsh, when it's like a wet, and then have you ever tried to grow a plant? You have to take the seed and put it in a moist something, like will be the soil. It'd be a moistened soil situation, right? And then you're gonna get a sprout of a seed. You're gonna get a sprout of a seed like a sperm. It's gonna come out, it's gonna sprout like a sperm. The sprout of that sperm is going to now take on to evolve into whatever it's going to evolve into. It's going to create. The sperm is going to create. The sun is shooting out sperm. Niggas is shooting out sperm. Animals are shooting out sperm. This is the only way you can create is through the seed, and the seed fermentates into a moist situation and sprouts into a sperm, and then it evolves into a creation. So how the fuck are we here if we're not in a dome? how will we be here? You have to be in a biodome to have the plants and stuff create. When you do plants and stuff, you get a greenhouse or something, right? You always gotta make a house. You always gotta make a house for something. You gotta have it sheltered. So we're sheltered here. This whole world is sheltered into it's a firmament, it's a whatever. The firmament is so thick that you might as well say it's like a topping to a like a roof or something. You will not grow here if we're not in a house. This is why we're in the house of the Lord, the house of the human, because you have to be in a house to grow something. It has to be in a dome. It has to be in a dome. And that's why most of our churches and all the bells is a dome. It represents the dome and all that other stuff. So anyway, I'm not going to stick any longer. God bless anybody that stayed with me today. I know it's random. I'm super random. I'm definitely going to try to come up here. Probably not next week, but the next week after that, because it is a little bit much for me to come up here every week. I realize I'm not going to be able to do that. So, but every 2 weeks, I'm going to try, or every 3 weeks, whatever I can do. But I won't disappear unless something happens to me. You know what I'm saying? And nothing should be happening to me. Like, people be acting all crazy and stuff. But look, I'm up there too with the screws being jiggly. So I'm not worried. Like, not even close to being worried. I never was worried in my life. Like, I can't remember ever being worried, and I've been through a lot of things that never made me flinch. And you know what I'm saying? So anyway, let's. I done been like I'll tell you. I talk about shit like this because I done been in seedy, dark. I've done work. I done been on the dark side because I want money, and no extra money is coming from a job. You're not getting extra money from a tree. If you want extra money, you want regular job money, fine. But when you want extra money, you want a bad, anybody that's showing a lot of money and stuff, if they're not like a trustee, a birthright person that has money, then you're doing a lot of shit for that money. I don't give a fuck what you're doing. Ain't nothing legal. Ain't nothing. You on a dark net with it, bro. Like you doing some illegal shit, bro. You in parties that only certain people are invited to. You in shit like you doing things like that. So I'm fully aware of that world. I will never participate in that world again. These motherfuckers, I swear they didn't like me anyway. The American nigga don't belong here. We're gonna say no to our shit. We're going to be in the way with a lot of shit. We're going to be messing with hoes, money, telling them not to do something that they should be doing. And things like that. Like, you shouldn't be there. And I'm not saying I'm innocent, but I've gotten my own tactics where I try not to put myself in too much slavery, but you still got to be in the slavery world. So it's like, how clean can you be in that world, period. So anyway, yeah. Like, share, subscribe, and enjoy the rest of you guys' Sunday. If you're from New York and you're from Brooklyn or like from the 5 boroughs, if you decide to go to the West Indian Day Parade that is now resuming after 2 years, they got the green light that, don't worry about it. The Negroes are still stupid. Go marching up the Union. Like, how are you the Union? How are they the Union? Ain't they polygraphs? Do they even have men and white unions? Are they really the Union? But anyway, let them march and do their thing. They know they stole everything. They know they don't belong in none of these nice houses and shit. We don't belong in the projects, or we don't belong renting from them. Because like Shaka Zulu said, he had to steal that heritage. It ain't his. It ain't his naturally. A nigga had, at least he is admitting he is not naturally birthright the king, and that a nigga had to die for him to even snatch it up. So God bless everybody. God bless you all. And we're going to get into who we should really be concerned about. And I don't see nothing wrong with the Bible in King James. Continue to say your scriptures and keep your positive, your protron positivity. You are the light of the world. Everybody likes you. They just can't be you. So the white people didn't look jealous. They just look like, but they electrons. They don't have no feelings. They jump on charges. But them Jimmy Neutrons are negative. So we gotta fight them. So anyway, sometimes it's a balance. And the balance could be perfect, even if the yin and the yang don't make no sense. Sometimes the balance is needed. The negative and the positive is needed. The electrons is just here. because the Africans wanted them here. They wanted a cousin. They wanted a partner in crime to help. Because the Africans is the one that say the white man, but when the Negro say the man. The Negro say the man keeps me down. The man keeps me down. The African says the white man keeps him down, because the white holy man will be us, and the man will be the white man to us. The man is the he could be the Korean, he could be the East Indian, so we don't label him as white. We say the man. The man, because we are son of God. We're not of man. We are son of God. And then they told you, we're the direct descendants of the heavens. We are the angels. Y'all know what it is. Anyway, and that's why we talk about y'all like that. We gossip and we gospel. We do a lot of talking. We use our words and our intellect. And you can never beat that. You can never beat a strong psyche. So that's important. And yeah, like, share, subscribe, guys. I'm gonna be back as soon as I can. And trust me, when I get the phone, when I get a better PC and get the phone, I hope and pray that it's just not me doing a whole bunch of talking. And I have people that actually call in and talk to me and give me some oral background of yours and what you think and how you think it really will probably go. It's not much argument of what I'm saying, but I still would like to hear somebody give it a try. And trust and believe, I'm going to correct whatever needs to be corrected, whether you like it or not. Because I am a January Capricorn, and it's the capital. Okay? It's judgment here, bitch. But anyway, I'm out, guys. Like, share, subscribe, and enjoy the rest of you guys Sunday. And I'll see you guys soon. Later. And thank you for being here, Denise, the Righteous Mover, the Minor Skylar, Bay C, Mississippi Soldier 396. You got a lot of attention from me today. E-Genius, what's up? I'm glad all you people are here. Latoya Stewart, if you do come into your family right birthright, can I get $1? And Jasmine Townsend, thank you for encouraging me to stay up here for a little bit longer. So enjoy you guys Sunday. Later.